CTB. You know who it is.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy ConcisetheBarber. In this video, we're going to be talking about clippers gone wrong. So basically, let me explain that for you. In this video, we're going to address clipper brands that I had a problem with their products. I say the clipper or the trimmer, what I did about it, how I reached out to these clipper brands, and how they responded back. So let's dive into this video and let me show you guys exactly every response that I got from each of these clipper brands and how I got my product back in well condition, or did they struggle to give it back to me. Okay, so the first brand I would like to talk about is Bevel. Bevel came out with just trimmers. They do not have any clippers right now. So the Bevel I'm going to be talking about is the Bevel 2.0. This is the all black version. This is the one that probably has 6 hours plus of runtime. And to be honest, still by far in my top 5, just to be honest with y'all. But I did have a problem with the Bevel trimmer. Let me tell you exactly what that problem was. So how the Bevel trimmer comes is there is 2 connecting pieces that keep the trimmer together, and right in the middle that piece came apart. So this is what I did. I reached out to IG, not just Bevel but also one of the owners of Bevel, and let them know what was going on. I sent them a picture and I was wondering, what do I need to do? What is the process of getting this fixed? So that being said, they sent me out the email to the customer support or customer service, and I sent them the information that I sent to them to that email, and they responded back. And honestly, I was pretty amazed how fast they responded back. And I didn't have to pay for any shipping at all, but I sent it out and they gave me a brand new trimmer. So that was the only thing I had wrong with my Bevel trimmer. That was probably about a good 2 years ago. Whatever they did, they made the right corrections for making sure that that doesn't ever happen again. I have a good relationship with Bevel. You know, their support system is very well, and had no struggles at all reaching out to them and getting a brand new trimmer. So the next brand I'm going to be talking about is Wahl. Wahl, we all know that has been out for a very, very long time. Wahl and Andis, but I'll get to Andis later. But Wahl is one of those companies that have been out for, I'll say, about close to 100 years of being, you know, incorporated. So that should just let you know that this should run really smooth, right? Let me tell you the whole process of what was going on with this Wahl clipper. The product that I had an issue with was the gold magic clips. Now, they just recently came out about a year or two ago, and I got them at CTBarber Expo, and I heard a loud rattling one day. Really wasn't sure what was going on, but when I removed the blades, I noticed that the 2 prongs that keep the blades together, the plastic piece around that, it broke off, and that was the reason why my clipper was so loud. So this is how I responded. I did not go to their IG. I did not see an email. I had to make a phone call. So there was no IG, no customer service via email. I had to make a phone call. And when I made that phone call, then they gave me the procedure on how to get my clipper fixed. So basically what you need to do is write on a sticky note what the problem is. You have to pay for your own shipping to send it out to them. And then to get any update on what's going on with your trimmer, see if it can be fixed or not, you had to call again to see what the update is, see where they are at in the process. And then when it comes to getting the information of your clipper coming back, you had to call again to see. And once you call again, you might be lucky to find somebody to give you the exact tracking number, or they might tell you that it will be coming in 7 to 10 business days. But that was the most interesting thing about Wahl. I thought they would have had a better system when it came to the issues that you had with their products, and you sending it to them and them sending it back. But it seemed like it was a lot of guesswork that I had to do and make a lot of phone calls just to see how long it's going to take them to give me my clipper back, due to this small plastic piece that has broken inside of the clipper. So I don't know about y'all, but I was kind of surprised on how Wahl went about their customer service when there's a problem. All right, so the next brand, well, actually I'll be talking about 2 brands, and the main reason is because I don't want this video to be too long, but these 2 brands, I did not have no problems at all. It's interesting to me because I know that some people had problems. I'm not sure why any of my products, didn't have anything wrong with them. But Oster and Andis, I never had a problem with any of their products, their clippers or trimmers, anything of that nature. So I never had to make, I never had to reach out to them via IG or via email or even phone call. But I really can't tell you the process of either or. But I do know that a lot of people did have a problem with the Andis GTX EXO trimmer, and the on and off switch seemed to be the issue. So if that was you, please let us know in the comments below what the process was for Andis. I'm curious to know what was their process of how doing that. However, my products never messed up, and I have all of the fast feeds, and I have 2 Andis trimmers, and none of them I had a problem with so far. So these 2 companies, they are the older companies of, you know, the barber industry, just as Wall is, and I'm hoping that their process is not like Wall's at all. But if you know, please let me know. All right, so the next company I would like to talk about is BaByliss. BaByliss Pro or BaByliss, however you want to, you know, say that company's name. There's not much I really have to say about BaByliss and their products. Now, I do know once they came out with the Gold FX clippers and trimmers, it was a crazy, huge, big thing. They basically switched up the game when it came to cordless clippers and trimmers. And there were some people that seemed like they had some problems, but I never had a problem with any of my clippers or trimmers. So I really can't speak on that, but they do have another product that I did use that I did have a problem with, and that is the Vibe FX massager. For some reason, I don't know what was going on with my massager at this time, and I might have had it, I would say, for a little bit of time. So one day when I came into the shop, I smelled something that smelled like it was just burning, and I noticed that it was the Vibe FX massager. So I immediately unplugged it, and just to make sure that, you know, nothing crazy happened. But I reached out to them via IG, but not only just the company, there is an owner, and his name is Dennis Joseph. He works with BaByliss Pro heavy, like that's the guy you go to. And I reached out to him, and the cool thing about Dennis, I'll just be honest, is that when I told him everything that was going on in my message, he said, contact this number, let them know you talked to me, and we'll get you a new one. He didn't ask any other questions of that nature. He just told me to go through the process, and which I did. And to be honest, I was just appreciative for him to go, you know, above and beyond. Now, when I did reach out to them, I did realize that my Vibe FX massager was out of warranty. So I didn't make it too much of a big deal because, you know, Dennis said, you know, he's gonna, you know, tell him his name and they're gonna give me a new one. So I didn't go and push, you know, that far. I did respect the warranty. If I was out of the warranty, I was just out of the warranty. So I just had to replace it. But the fact that he went the extra mile and did that, I did respect that about, you know, BaByliss. That was the only product from BaByliss that I had a real true problem with. So I really can't say like how they go about the whole process. But from what I hear, I have a friend of mine that he had a problem with BaByliss. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he did not have to pay for the shipping. They sent a new one out when he sent that one back, and that was that. So it doesn't seem like there's much of a hassle dealing with BaByliss products as well. All right, and lastly, we're going to be talking about Stylecraft / Gamma. We all know that they are basically the same company, so I am going to talk about them. I have a lot of Stylecraft products, and of course, when you have a lot of one type of brand, there are going to be some things that might come up. So here are a few things that did happen, and let's see how they responded. There were 2 products that I had an issue with when it came to Stylecraft, and honestly, this one is not, well, yeah, I guess you could say it's a product, but it was the Instinct blade. It fell, and the blade chipped, and I was just upset because I just got the Instinct clipper, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all how all of this went down. So once it did fall, you know, I was just in the shop. It was probably like midday. You know, I had like a few clients left. I took a picture real quick, put it on IG, and I was like, man, that's tough, or whatever I said, right? And the most interesting thing about it, when I posted it, I would probably say, I'm not even sure how long it took for them to respond, but they responded so fast. In my messages on IG, it says, we're so sorry that happened. Please email us and we'll make sure we get you a new one. And I'm like, but I didn't even, the interesting part about it is that I didn't even reach out to them to say like, hey, I chipped my blade. It was just, it seemed like they were just watching, you know, they were just on IG at the moment, I guess, and noticed it, and they reached out to me. So that was dope. And no, I did not have to pay for any shipping or anything of that nature, but they just asked me for my address and I gave them that, and I got a new blade. Now, I had to be honest with y'all. The blade they sent me, it wasn't the blade I was expecting, so they told me they had it in black instead of gold, so they sent me out the black version because they was all out of the gold. And I still was able to keep that blade that they sent, which is definitely dope. I thought that was really, really cool. So the second thing that I had a problem with, and it's the same product, it was the instant clipper. I'll probably say 2 or 3 months of having it, the clipper stopped working and just wouldn't turn on. So what I did was I reached out to them on IG. They told me to email them, which I kind of knew at this time, but I seen how fast they moved on IG, so that's the reason why I reached out to them on IG. But they gave me the customer service email number, so I reached out to them on my email, and I can honestly say it was probably like 7 minutes. It wasn't that long of me sending that video, because I made a video of it not turning on, and I showed them because I want them to see the proof that I wasn't lying. I sent them that video in 7 minutes. They respond back and say, hey, you know, it's under a warranty claim, you know, fill out this information, send it out to us, we'll try to fix it. If not, we're gonna send you a new one. And they did that within, they got the results back within like 10 days. They said, hey, we wasn't able to repair it, so we're just gonna send you out a new one. And that was sent out 3 days after getting that email. So that is my reactions when it came to Stylecraft, is that they seem to always be on it. Like whatever the problem is, they want to make sure that they get it resolved. And if they do make a mistake or mess up, whatever like that, they have no problem with sending you whatever is needed. So these are the clipper brands that I have dealt with any issue with when it comes to my clippers or trimmers or blades or whatever of that nature. And this is how they responded back to me. And I want to know from you is, how did they respond back to you? Leave a message in the comment section. Let people know. I'm curious if I'm just lucky or this is just something that how they all work, especially Wall. I'm curious if anybody else has experienced Wall like that. And I'm not trying to knock any brand that I'm talking about. I'm just going through my true honest experiences that I had with them and letting you guys know this is the process. So thank you all for watching this video. If this was helpful, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you guys did not know, every Thursday will be tutorials and every Mondays will be concise reviews. Thank you all and God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.
CTB, you know who it is.